Hey guys. Okay, so everyone is probably overwhelmed right now, like Michelle said. And the thing is, that feeling is probably honestly never going to go away. I still 2.5 years later am overwhelmed. So that's just the nature of the business. But I also think that that's a really good sign because it means that you are working the business and you're doing what you need to do and you're really in this. If you're not feeling overwhelmed, it's probably because you're not looking at the team page. You're not in a message thread. You're not posting on social media. So you're not really doing anything. So feeling overwhelmed, in my opinion, is a good thing. But at the same time, we can definitely keep it simple. So I'm going to give you guys sort of 3 things that I want you to focus on. And as a new coach, and even as a veteran coach, these are sort of the 3 things that you need to focus on a daily basis, and you can forget about the rest. Just these 3 things are going to help you so much in this business. So the first thing, you need to be working on yourself. That is the most important thing in this, is that you are working on yourself. It's probably the only job you're ever going to have that requires you to put you first. So you need to be following a workout program. So if you literally just signed up today, you need to figure out Lucy, can you shut that door, honey? You need to figure out which workout program you are going to be following. So talk to your coach to figure out, what program is good for you. But you have to be dedicated to a program. You have to be following those little containers. You don't have to be perfect by any means, but you have to be you've got to have some fitness goals and health goals for yourself. And of course, drinking your Shakeology every day. So you need to be product of the product. You really, really do. You're never going to survive in this business if you're not working on yourself. You need to be reading some personal development as well. Okay? That is such a key part in all of this. And even if it's just 10 minutes a day or a few pages at night or first thing in the morning, or when you're driving in the car, you're listening to a podcast instead of the radio, or when you're in the bath at night, instead of just staring there looking at the walls, put on a podcast, or when you're doing dishes or when you're folding laundry. Take advantage of all those downtime and fill yourself up with a little bit of personal development. So some books that we always recommend in the beginning are Mastering Your Mean Girl. So that's one of them. You Are a Badass. And I'm not giving you the authors because you can just Google that. Eat That Frog, The Miracle Morning, The Slight Edge, which is my all-time favorite book, The Slight Edge, and The Compound Effect, which is also one of my favorite books too. So get your hands on one of those books and just start to dive into it. Even if it's just a couple pages, it's gonna give you inspiration. It's just gonna start to slowly change the way you think. Okay, so focus on yourself. You can't even think about anything business related until you are working on you. So the second thing is you need to start sharing this. Once you have, decided what workout program you're going to do, you need to start sharing this. If you have been a coach for a little while and you haven't started posting yet, you have to start posting. You have to. If you haven't started posting, you don't really have a business yet. This is how this business works. We're on social media. We share our day-to-day life. It's not anything epic. If anybody follows me, I don't really even leave my house very often, and it's not that exciting, but people want to just see reality shows. We love reality TV. People want to see you. So start sharing everything you're doing. Start sharing about this new workout program you've started. Start sharing about the foods you're eating. Start sharing about this crazy shake that you started drinking and how good you feel. Share about how your kids kept you up all night, or how you are dreading having to go to work in the morning. Share everything that is about you. It doesn't have to be all health and fitness, and it definitely should not be all about your body. It has to be about you and your life, and just start sharing that. Okay, so it's simple, right? You start working on yourself and you share that. Share what you're reading. Just, I'll say it again, just start sharing. That's it, okay? And then you need to start connecting with people. You need to start having conversations with people. The best way to start having conversations with people is to look at who is liking your posts. Okay, you're going to start posting and people are going to start liking, or maybe they're going to start commenting. So go and look at those posts, see who is liking it, and send them a message. You're not going to send them a message saying like, oh, do you want to join my challenge group? No, you're just going to send them a message and you're going to thank them for the like. You're going to say to them, I know it only took a moment of your time, but it really means a lot to me when I'm starting out this journey to have a little bit of support. How have you been? Are you working on any goals yourself? That's all you need to say to these people. Keep it very, very simple. Send short little messages, but do this every single day. This is connecting. This is reaching out to people, and it does not have to be scary. I always thought that this was a really scary thing, but it's not. People are liking your posts or commenting on your posts. You're just simply reaching back out to them and you're thanking them. You are opening the doors for a conversation to start happening. And conversations will start to happen. And no, they might not land in a challenge pack sale. That's not the point. The point is to just start connecting with these people. If you're posting and no one is liking your stuff, do not think that you're failing at this. If I go back and look at the post when I first started, like no one was liking my posts or commenting, like my mom and like my sisters, right? Like no one outside of like my family was liking my stuff. And that's totally normal. It does not mean that this isn't going to work for you at all. It takes a lot of time for people to be watching you in order to hit that like button. It really does. It sounds silly, but people have to really watch you for a while. So the biggest thing is consistency, right? If you are posting for a couple days and then you think, oh, frig, no one even likes my stuff. No one even cares if I'm posting. And then you take a day off. I'm telling you, you just lost a lot of trust in people. So who is going to want to follow someone that isn't even showing up every day? So consistency is everything in this business. You have to show up every single day and just share your journey every single day. If it really feels like nobody is watching you, what someone said to me when I first started, or I heard it on a call, and I use this analogy all the time with my coaches, but it's like when there is someone walking down the highway or running down the highway and she's just strutting along the sidewalk and there's cars zipping by her constantly. And, you know, everybody sees this person walking. Every once in a while, maybe someone will wave or maybe someone will honk or shout out at her, but she's just doing her thing and everybody still sees her. They're just not acknowledging it yet. Okay, and that's what it is like for us when we're starting. Everyone sees what we're doing. Occasionally, someone might reach out to you or click the like button or comment on something, but it's going to take them a little bit before they're really going to say to you, oh, I've been seeing what you're doing. I'm interested. Okay, so you have to have belief that there are people watching you, and I promise you that they are. Don't let that discourage you, because I know that can be really discouraging when you feel like you are posting to like literally no one, but people are watching you. And then the third thing is, oh no, sorry, I was on that already. So if people are not liking your stuff and you're thinking, well, how the heck am I supposed to start connecting with some people? Go to your friends list on Facebook. All of us have, like, I'm going to say at least 150 friends on Facebook, if not more. So if you're saying that you have no one to connect with or no one to talk to, like, go look at your friends list, because you've got a shit ton of friends on Facebook that you can start connecting with, okay? So don't let that be an excuse. Grab a pen and a pad of paper and start writing people's names down. writing people's names down that you work with, that are family members, that are friends. Don't prejudge anybody. Just start writing names down. And you should have like hundreds of people on this list. If you really do this, you should have hundreds of people. We all know hundreds of people. Think about it, right? Like we are in contact with people all the time. So write their names down on that list. It doesn't mean you're going to go and invite them. It just means you have a contact list. You have a place to go to message people, to reach out to people. If you have a spouse or a partner, go to their friends list on Facebook and look at their friends, right? You probably aren't friends with every single person that your spouse or partner is friends with. So go ahead and start friend requesting some of their friends. It's not weird. Like, they're friends with your spouse. So why wouldn't you want to be friends with them too? So look at the people on that list, and are they like you? Like I would be picking young moms, like with kids crawling over them. That's who I want to be friends with. So figure out who you want to be friends with and who you want to start talking to and posting to, and start friend requesting them. And then they're going to come into your little Facebook page, and they're going to start to see your stuff. And that's how you slowly start to sort of expand your market, and you can build new relationships that way. You can do that with your friends. If you have a really close friend that maybe you went to, university with, or that you grew up with, but that you don't have a ton of mutual friends, go to her friends list. Because if she's friends with them and you like that friend, you're probably going to like all of her friends as well. So that's a great place to start and go and start friend requesting some of those people every single day. And again, it's not weird. Like, if occasionally I'll have someone, like I think this has happened maybe 3 times in 2.5 years of doing this, someone like messaged back and said, like, do I know you? I always just laugh it off. I'm like, well, no, not really. But, you're really good friends with so-and-so, and we're a mutual friend, and I'm just always looking to connect with other women. Like, that's all. It's Facebook. It's social media. Like, it shouldn't be weird that people are trying to connect with one another. It's social media. Like, if you don't want to connect with people, just like text message people, like get off social media, right? So that's what it's there for. So don't feel like it's all weird. You can also join groups. Like, I know I have a few coaches that belonged in groups before Beachbody. So you might also be in groups. Like, if you're a mom, you might be in some like breastfeeding group, or like a mom group, or maybe you're on like in a dog group, or there's all kinds of groups out there on Facebook. You should actually go and look in your settings on Facebook. You can see which groups you're part of, because you might be part of groups that you don't even know. But go into that group or request to join a group that is specific to your market. So just think about who you are and your hobbies and what you enjoy, and join a group that is like that. There's like thousands of groups on Facebook that you could join. And then you just start to build relationships in these groups. And I won't go into too much detail, because that's sort of a call all on itself. But you can go into these groups and just build relationships by commenting on other people's posts, by posting like legit things in there. Don't go in there and like make stuff up, but go in there and I always bring it back to like the mom stuff, but I was part of a breastfeeding group. So I would legitimately go in there and ask questions about breastfeeding because I needed help with certain things. And the people that comment on that, send them a friend request and send them a message. Like, thanks so much for offering some advice. Like, I really appreciate it. And all of a sudden you've got a new friend. And that's how it happens. It's not overnight that you start to expand your network and you start to have crazy amounts of conversations happening in your inbox. It's a slow process, but you have to be consistent with it. Okay. I don't even know all what I said there, Michelle, but can you fill in any holes there? I kind of went off.
No, that was awesome. That was really good. And the last little bit is to sort of ease your mind. I know there's lots of people that say, well, I don't have anyone to talk to. I don't have 150 friends. And we want you to know that there's lots of ways to build this business. Trust me, I've been here for 3.5 years, and I'm no longer selling challenge packs or having coaches sign up that I've known my whole life. And I'm still doing all that stuff every single day. So there's ways that we build this business as you keep going, but that is not what you have to worry about right now. Right now, I want you to remember what Megan said at the beginning. You need to work on yourself. That is number one. And if you're working on yourself, you always have something to post about. Always. What you're eating, what your workout is, what book you're reading. I mean, every single day I take a quote out of my book and write it and take a picture of myself. Like, that's all I do. It's like Megan said, my life is not epic. I never, ever do my hair, ever. I never get out of my house or my workout clothes ever. Like, I used to work, but I don't anymore. So it's even worse. Like, my life, I look like a slob all the time. And I'm still able to post a few times a day. So it doesn't have to be magical. It doesn't have to be over the top. You just have to be you. And the biggest thing that we need you guys to do right now is have a little belief in yourself. And I know that's really hard when you start. You're feeling uncomfortable. You're feeling a little like, oh my God, I don't know if this is for me. Like, this kind of seems a little crazy. I'm not sure if I should do this. But something made you sign up to be a coach. Something made you go online and connect with your coach and actually do this. And I need you to really think about why you did it. Not the why that you told us. Because I'm pretty sure most of you probably said you want to help other women get healthy and fit, right? So did I. That's what I told my coach. But I had a little bit deeper why that I wasn't ready to share with anyone. And I'm pretty sure all of you have that too. And that's what I want you to, or the discount. That's right, Justine. Lots of you maybe are on this call and you told your coach that you only want the discount, but magically you've appeared on a Zoom call on Wednesday night at 9:00. So there's probably something going on a little bit more than you want the discount. And that is so awesome. And you don't have to tell us what that is, but I want you to take a minute right now and write it down. Whatever popped into your head, I want you to write it down. Because when you start making a few posts and no one likes them and no one comments, and then you do it again the next day and the next day, and the same thing happens, I need you to go back to that piece of paper and whatever you wrote down, and I want you to read it, because that is what is going to keep you consistent at this. And Megan, you heard that word 4 or 5 times, and I'm going to say it 4 or 5 times. That's the secret. It's just like your weight loss journey or your health and fitness journey, right? If you've been in challenge groups with us before, what do we talk about every single day? You can't just eat healthy for 21 days and figure that that's the end. This is a consistent lifestyle change, and this business mirrors the exact same platform. You have to be consistent with this every day. When I sit here and tell you I've been a coach for 3.5 years, and I have not missed one day of posting. I'm not joking. Not one day. The day my dad died, the Christmas day, every single day. And honestly, that's why you see success. The coaches on our team that are the top leaders have followed suit, and I followed my coach's suit, and we are that consistent. It's not epic. It's not that fun. There's lots of days I get up, I'm like, what the hell am I going to say today? Like, I got nothing. And then I make some eggs and I just show them that I ate eggs. And then the next day, maybe I do have an epic post that everybody loves. And it was just one of those days, and that's awesome. But the next 20 really mean nothing, but you do it. You just keep doing it. And that is how you will build your business. And if you do that, you will see success, every single one of you. If you stop, and there's probably some coaches on this call right now that have stopped and started and stopped and started, and they can tell you that that's what happens. You have to start again. You have to build trust. When you just start as a coach, people look at you and think, what? Like, what is she doing? Like, what is this? I don't understand what she's doing. I am not liking that because this is insane. And maybe some of them have seen you start and stop things before. And they're like, oh, Michelle, she's just going to quit that. I know she's not going to be doing that in a couple months. So they're waiting to see what you're doing. Prove them wrong. Make this the time that you prove people wrong. Make this your time. Believe that you can do this, because I am not special. Trust me. I'm a 42-year-old, old person doing this. I was overweight, lost weight, gained weight again. Like, oh my God, I'm an absolute mess, and I'm successful. So if I can be, anyone can be.
And Michelle, the thing about like when you're starting in the beginning, and of course people are like, for real, what is she doing? Like that was I was like, it almost held me back, right, from even starting, because I was so afraid of what people were going to say about me. And like, who does she think she is posting about health and fitness? Because that was never me. And it's okay. Like if that wasn't ever you, if a week ago that wasn't you, but now it's you just got to like jump in and not like just let those like sick feelings that are maybe in your stomach and those people that you are thinking are going to be rolling their eyes at you, you have to just sort of like put your blinders on and just forget about them and just do this for you, and know that it will work. If you do it, it will work and it'll be worth it. But think of how many people start something like this, right? I have like a hand crawling up my body. If you guys can see that, it's kind of weird. It's my daughter. It's not my husband. Anyways, people start stuff like this all the time, right? We all on Facebook see women every day starting either as a Beachbody coach or a 31 rep or doTERRA or whatever the case may be. People start these things all the time. And you know what happens to the majority of them? They stop. Like they don't, 3 months later, or even a month later, 6 months later, they're nowhere to be found and they're not doing it anymore. So don't be that person. Like that's my biggest advice, is to not be that person, because when you start and everybody's watching you, they're assuming you are going to be that person. They are. They're like, oh, here she goes. She's going to try and do that thing that everybody else is doing. And they're almost waiting for you to stop doing it. So just don't stop. Keep going. And 6 months when you're still here, or a year from now when you're still here, those people are going to be like, huh, she's still doing that thing. Like she's still working out and posting about it. She looks amazing. Like she's really doing this. And that's sort of like when the magic really happens. And the people are going to come out of the woodworks to talk to you and to hear about, okay, what is this thing you've been doing? Because you've been consistent and because you're still here months and months later.
Truth bomb. Drop the mic, Megan. Drop the mic. Okay, I think you guys get what we're throwing at you, right? You know, and Megan's right. Like I was 40 years old, had a I come into this with a kind of a different story. I had a very successful business that I had been working at for almost 20 years at that time. When I all of a sudden posted a bikini shot on Facebook, and I didn't tell anybody, nobody knew that I was doing this. All of a sudden people woke up on a Sunday morning and saw me with this bikini on, which if they knew me well, that was insane that I would be doing that. I can't even imagine really what people said, because what I imagined what they said was really bad, and I'm sure it was even worse. And then to see me like close a business and for this pyramid scheme, like it was kind of insane. Even when I think back, like, wow, I can't believe that somewhere inside of me had the courage to do this. But now, you guys, 3.5 years later, when like I am literally living this dream life that I never ever imagined. And when I say dream life, I don't want you to confuse that with easy life, like that I don't work, because I work very, very, very hard. I probably put in more hours and more time into this business than I did my other. But the difference is I 100% love it. I can do it whenever I want. and I want to do it. Like I literally jump out of bed wanting to do it still 3.5 years later, where I had a successful business, which made me want to slit my wrists going to every day. So that's the difference. And now I can post on social media and really not be too effort at posting things because I have done it, because I kept doing it, even though pressing post at the beginning and 2 years in still made me feel nervous. And side note, like yesterday I did a post, if you follow me, that did make me feel a little nervous. It did. Like it still does happen to all of us, but it gets a lot easier. And the longer you are consistent with this, the stronger you get and the more courage you have. And people start trusting you. Let me tell you, the first message you get from someone and they're telling you that you helped them is the most amazing day you will ever have. It will trump a paycheck. It will trump everything. When someone messages you and says, because you posted, I did this. Because you posted, I've lost 10 pounds. Because you did this, I've been able to do this. It's the best day. And now it happens to me every day. And it's the most amazing payback I could ever get. Okay, so I think I've given you enough lovey-dovey stuff. Now I have to give you some of the sort of technical stuff that we do need to go over. So maybe get your pens and paper out for this part. Just a few little things I want to touch on, and we'll keep talking about them as this keeps going, okay? So as you keep talking with your coaches, you'll all be put in message threads eventually. Some of you that are I have a couple coaches here, Heather, and I think Megan's still here. People that haven't started their program yet are just going to be in the challenge group for a bit and get going on their own journey, because like we said, that's the most important. But after that, once we get you all into coaching, you'll be into some message threads where a lot of this information I'm going to go over will be talked about too. So it's kind of repetitive, but I like to bring it to you, bring it to the table now, write it down so you just start hearing about it. So one thing that's really important every single week is the National Wake Up Call. So the National Wake Up Call is live every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Central Time. And you're probably all thinking like, and how am I supposed to listen to that? So it's always recorded. I never ever was able to listen to it at 11. And in fact, I forget it's on Mondays all the time. So I just listen to the recording. But a really awesome way to hear it is through the podcast app. So on your phone, download the podcast app and then subscribe to the Team Beachbody podcast. And the cool thing about this is you're going to be able to go back and listen to every single Team Beachbody National Wake Up Call that has ever been recorded. That was the first thing I did for myself for this business, is I listened to all of those old calls because it just fed me with information about the business. It gave me little tips. Every single different call I listened to, I would be able to hear something new that would help me. It would give me more information. It would just give me more traction in my business. What was I going to say? You can download them. So how did I listen to it? I was thinking about a lot of you moms and busy women are thinking like, when am I going to listen to this? Like, when do I have time to do that? I always did that when I was driving. So to and from work, because you can download it, right? So it doesn't cost you any data or anything like that. So I would listen to it in my car, or I would also always listen to this when I was doing my makeup, doing my hair, and getting ready for work. I would do it when I was folding laundry, making supper, like whenever my little person wasn't around, I was always listening to this stuff. I no longer wasted my pockets of time. And I know that's always the biggest thing people say. When am I going to fit this in? When am I going to message people? When am I going to make those posts? We all, even the busiest of us on this call, and with all due respect, we're all busy. It doesn't matter to me if you have 4 kids or no kids, or big corporate job or no job. We are all busy because we all fill our time. but we all have pockets. So my pockets when I started was I was a Pinterest girl. I freaking pinned everything in sight and never did anything with it because I was too busy pinning. And I was on Instagram all the time. And I wasn't a TV watcher, but I loved magazines. So I don't do that stuff anymore. I really don't. The only time I'm on Pinterest is to find a good recipe to share with my challengers. If I'm doing that kind of stuff, it's to do with my business now. And it's cool because that's what I was searching for anyways. You know, I was on Pinterest looking for healthy recipes or exercise tips. So now I can just utilize that in my business. But you have pockets of time. And that's where I built my business. I never had a big hour-long session of business building every single day. I did not have that kind of time. I had little 15-minute pockets, and that's all you need. That is all you need to do this. I would say you need about 7 hours total in your week, but they do not need to be big chunks of 7 hours. I did little 15-minute blocks in my day. And then on Sunday, my husband was nice enough to give me a couple hours. I just got up early and I did it in the morning. And that'd be my biggest tip is become a morning person because your kids aren't up yet. So get it done then. Like get something done then. But that's just my personal opinion. So national wake-up calls. Team call every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Central Time. 9 a.m. We have what we call Coffee and Confidence, and that is our Fitnique Nation. That sounds so funny. We just changed our name. I'm not sure if we're really changing it yet, but that is our team call time. So every Saturday morning at 9 a.m., we just all come together. There's usually around like 30, 35 of us, and I come with some sort of topic. Or someone speaks from the team, or another coach comes on and shares just something that's going to help build our business. So we all come together with a cup of coffee and just chat for 45 minutes to an hour. And they're great. They're better live. I do record them, but honestly, it is always better to be on here live because there's a unity that happens. There's kind of like this tribe feeling that happens. And that's one of the coolest things about coaching is this whole bond that you really do make with everyone on the team. So Saturday mornings is our team call. There's lots of calls that happen all week and you'll be invited to different calls. They're all important in my mind, but those two are the most important. The next thing I just want to go over really quickly is Success Club. And you've maybe heard that language, those words, while you've been reading some of the training from corporate and maybe some of our training. So Success Club is really a measurement we use of how many people you're helping every month. And it's a measurement of how fast and how strongly you're building your business. So Team Beachbody has laid out this basically sort of compensation or awards program called Success Club. And as you build up your Success Club numbers, you can earn different things. Every single month, you can earn something. So it might be a t-shirt, a hat, a book, a knapsack, anything. There's tons of different prizes they have. But you have to reach Success Club 5 to be eligible to win anything like that. So how do you reach Success Club 5? It's all on a point value. So I'm assuming most of you purchased at one time or another a challenge package. So right now, the All Access Challenge package where you get your Shakeology, you get your All Access Pass, you get your spot in the challenge group, and you get your containers. That's called a challenge pack. So if you help 3 people get started with a challenge pack, you will have earned 6 Success Club points. So you will have earned that distinguished Success Club 5 number. And that will get you something. That will earn you some sort of prize every single month. If you up the ante and you help 6 people, that's going to get you Success Club 10. And that's worth even more in the eyes of Team Beachbody. And they up the ante even more. Your prize is a little bit bigger or better or whatever. This is how you earn these amazing trips that you see us posting on social media, that, you know, I was a cruise in Punta Cana, and you can bring your husband or partner, whoever, and you enjoy this amazing vacation from Team Beachbody. It's an earned vacation, but they're pretty sweet. So every single time you reach Success Club 5 or 10, you start accumulating points. And they're accumulated and they keep track of them. And as you reach a certain number of points, you can be invited to come on this trip. So that's kind of how that Success Club works. So it's always something that we really want to help you achieve. So if you want to have a goal for every single month, it's to at least help 3 people with starting with a challenge pack. And why do we love the challenge pack? Because it's our whole system. We believe in our whole system. We believe that the support of a challenge group, the nutrition from Shakeology, and the fitness from our super trainers is how people are going to get amazing results. So that's why we do encourage people to get the challenge pack. Sometimes they don't want to, and that's fine. They can just get the 21-day fix, or they can just whatever. But we always encourage our system, because we do believe, first and foremost, that's the support that we offer as a coach is what is the magic. Anyone can buy the 21-day fix on Amazon, right? They can buy it on beachbody.com. And that is not us, by the way. We are all Beachbody, but we are Team Beachbody. So our website is teambeachbody.com. If your friend buys from beachbody.com, you will not get credit. That is not us. So it's like an affiliate. We have 2 sort of sections, our company. So Beachbody is something separate. So just so you know that, if you know, that's why you really want to encourage people, that how you can help them is support them through the program. That's what you do. You help them. You know, Beachbody sells the 21-day fix. You don't have to worry about that. You want to sell yourself. You want to make sure people know that you are going to be their cheerleader and you're going to be their motivator. And that's why we love the challenge pack, because you've already used it, you're using it, you're seeing success, and they can follow suit. So that Success Club, you're going to hear a lot. We talk about it a lot because we want you guys to reach those goals so you can kind of reap the benefits of those really awesome things that Beachbody lays out for us. And they've kind of made it as a benchmark. So if you're hitting those numbers every single month, you're always going to be progressively building your business, because we work on a residual income. Part of our income is grown through the residual products, which is Shakeology. So I'll give you a quick rundown. If you have 3 people that start Shakeology this month, chances are 2 of them are going to keep doing it next month. And then you're going to sell 3 more challenge packs the next month. So now you've got maybe 5 people continuing on with Shakeology. And every time they get Shakeology shipped, you're going to make a commission. So I hope that makes sense. You're going to make your commission on the challenge pack, the first challenge pack, and then you're going to help them in a challenge group with the help of your coach. We don't expect you to go out and run a challenge group by yourself. Like we're a team. We do this all together. But your customers are then going to get Shakeology again because they're loving it and they're having results, and you're still going to get commission. And then that's just going to build on each other. Okay, so it's a benchmark. If you're hitting that Success Club 5 number, you want to up the ante, you want to 10x your business, you want to be where Megan and I are in a couple years, get Success Club 10. That would be my best advice. That's what we've done. That is my non-negotiable. Like, I don't go to sleep at the end of the day until, like, at the end of the month. Like, I make sure I hit that goal. That's just kind of how I've built my business. I just made it my non-negotiable. I reach out and make friends until that happens. And that's really all I do. I would be the last of the salespeople, that's for sure. All you have to do at the end of the day is make friends, and it all comes together. But Success Club is an important thing to sort of learn about and try and achieve. And if you have more questions about it, just, reach out to your upline and we can explain all of that. my suggestion to get those first few challenge pack sales is to go to people you trust. So I just seen Colleen, her and I just talked before this call. And of course, her first challenge pack was her mom. Colleen's been using Shakeology for so long. She loves it. Her mom's been watching her. And then Colleen had the courage to go say, Mom, you know, you would love, you know, this would be really good for you. And I'd love to help you get healthier. And, you know, you can do that with your sisters, your cousins, your best friends. If you're being honest and truthful, they're not going to think you're being weird and salesy. They're going to think that you care about them. Be the inspiration, be the motivator for the people that already trust you. And then we build on that. After, you know, you've done that for a few months, we help you find new people to talk to, and we help you build up your network. And that's for the future. Right now, it's really talking to the people that already trust you. And that's how you'll get those Success Club numbers. That coupled with what Megan talked about at first, just being on your journey, getting positive results, feeling positive, being positive, just wake up and know. When I wake up in the morning, I think about, who can I help today? Like, honestly, what could I say online today that would motivate at least one person? That's kind of my mindset every single day, even on my darkest days. And I've had quite a few of them in the last 6 months. I've still got up and thought about, how can I turn my mess into a message? How can I make this help somebody else? And that's how we build this business. It's really about sharing compassionately, sharing what you're going through, sharing all of it in a positive, motivating way. And you get better at that as you go. Trust me, like, my posts weren't like they are now. When I first started, my one-liners were not quite as catchy as they are now, but I've learned as I've done this, and that's okay. That's how we get better, right? You don't have to be uncomfortable about, as long as you're being truthful, that's all you need to be.
And like, just talk to people about it too. Like, when you are like genuinely excited and passionate about something, and you start telling people that and talking to them about it, it's just going to be a natural thing, right? It's not going to ever come across as salesy if you just genuinely are so excited about what you're doing and what you've started and the results that you yourself have seen. That's just what we do when we really like something, right? If you went to an amazing restaurant last night, you'd probably tell people about it because you loved it so much and you want other people to experience it. So it's very, very similar to that. And you'd be surprised that when you start talking to people, that they're interested in doing something too. They're interested in making some changes, because the majority of people out there want to be healthier and more fit than they are right now. So you have no idea, you know, you can prejudge all you want, but as soon as you start opening those lines of communications with people, you would be so surprised at who is actually wanting some more information, and for you to tell them a little bit more about it. So I'll always assume that people want to hear about it. That's sort of what I always put in the back of my head. I think people are just waiting for me to message them. They're waiting for me to message them today. So,
yeah. At the end of the day, guys, if you go to write a post, or you go to send a message, or you go to talk to someone and you feel icky, like you feel like something's like coming out that's going to be salesy and icky, it probably is. But if you're just telling the truth and just being honest, that's all they're going to hear. You know, like there's been times that I've gone and wrote a post and I'd be like, God, Michelle, that doesn't even sound like you. Like, no, you're not writing that. That's ridiculous. Like, I know, you know, deep down if something doesn't sound right. So just stop. Just like, well, course correct. This is not the time for me to write a post. Walk away and do it another time. You know, do it another time. If you feel gross, it probably is gross. At the end of the day, honestly, that's what I say. If it feels good and I feel really happy and I feel like, you know what, this makes me feel good, it's going to make someone else feel good, it's gonna. It really, really truthfully is. Okay. Whew, I don't know. Did we miss anything? How could we have? We probably missed like something really important, actually. But I think we covered it all. Do you guys have any questions that you're brave enough to ask?
Like, I mean, everything you're gonna learn. Like, we could go on and on about so many things tonight, but you're not even gonna absorb it because, you know, especially if you're really new, it's just so much information, right? But you're gonna learn as you go. If you have someone message you tomorrow that is interested in what we do, like it wants to join your challenge group, message your upline and say, okay, someone's interested, now what? And hopefully they'll walk you through. And if not, message Michelle or I. Like, we will help you. That's what I do with my new coaches is I help them walk through their first sale. I help them have those first conversations with people. I help them to say like what to say. You're not on your own ever. So as everything comes up for the very first time for you, message us so we can help you. If you have someone that wants to sign up as a coach, we'll help you how to have that conversation and how to sign them up. You don't need to know that stuff. You know, it just all goes back to sharing your journey, working on yourself, sharing that, connecting with people. That's all it is. It's just keep it as simple as that, and you will learn as you go. Okay? So just don't get too overwhelmed by all the terminology and all the things that are thrown your way when you start. You will figure it out as you go.
Yeah. Truthfully, yep, she's telling the truth. I spent a lot of time worrying about things I did not need to know about for a long, long time. So if I would have concentrated more on just my journey and my story sharing, I would have been probably more ahead than I am now. So yeah. Did you have a question, Camille?
Yeah, I didn't know if I missed earlier. Can y'all just mention a little bit about like Emerald? Because I feel like it gets kind of confusing, but it's actually really simple. But can one of you just kind of touch on that?
Yeah, this is getting a little bit more than I like to be on this call, but I will touch on it, Camille. Okay. So an Emerald coach is the first rank advancement that you can have as a coach. And it's important because once you become an Emerald coach, in the eyes of Team Beachbody, it sort of signifies that you're pretty serious about building your business. So what it means is you find 2 people that would like to join you and do the same. So the same could mean they would like to they're really enjoying Shakeology and they want to make a commitment to it and they would like the discount. But we would prefer it to be someone that would like to coach as well. It can also be your husband. So basically you can have 2 people that want to join you as coaches. And there's several different ways to go about that. You can sign up your husband, sister, mom, someone that wants a discount on Shakeology, or someone that actually really wants to coach. And that will bring you to an Emerald rank. You need 2 people. I'm really not going to get into you need one on one side and one on the other. It's just going to get too confusing for tonight for brand new coaches. But what happens when you become an Emerald coach, you will start earning a different commission. So you can make commission 2 different ways as a coach. Obviously, the retail sales. Okay, so you sell a package, you sell a challenge pack, you get 25% commission on that sale. The other way you can earn as a coach is through team cycle bonuses. So it's the money that is produced from the whole team. You don't really get to take part in that until you are an Emerald coach. And you have to stay an active Emerald coach to get that. And what it does is volume pushes up. So dollars push up from everyone that's underneath you in our team. So from the day you signed up, everyone within reason gets very confusing, but people that are signed up underneath you or after you, so after the day you were signed up, will be selling challenge packs as well. They're on this call learning the same stuff as you are. They're selling challenge packs. They're doing all the same. So as they sell, all of the volume from their sales will push up to you as well. and you will earn money from that volume. When you're an Emerald coach, once you accumulate 300 volume points, and just to give you an example, Shakeology is worth 90 points. So it doesn't take long to get to 300 points, is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't take months to get to 300 points. Every time you have 300 points, you earn $14 as an Emerald coach. So above and beyond your challenge pack sales. So you've earned $102 this week in challenge pack sales from anything that you've sold, whether you've sold a bag of Shakeology, whether you sold a pair of resistant gloves, a t-shirt, like whatever you have sold through Beachbody, you will have made 25% commission. And if you are an Emerald coach that has accumulated 300 points, and you can see this in your back office, how many points you accumulate. It says it down the left-hand side in your Coach Online office. When you've accumulated that number, you will get $14 for every 300 points. So for an example, lots of weeks, I will have hit 300 points 100 times. So 100 times 14. Now, I'm a diamond coach, so my cycle is actually worth $18. So it increases as you grow in rank. But that's really, there's a huge benefit of becoming an Emerald coach. That's the first rank. It signifies to Team Beachbody that you are in it to win it, like you're here, you want to do this, and they sort of pay you back by giving you this team cycle platform to earn more money, basically. Did that help, Camille? I just don't want to get it's so confusing. It's kind of like the next call. You know what I mean?
No, that was great.
That
was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it's very easy. Like, honestly, everyone on this call could be an Emerald coach tomorrow. Like, it doesn't take, I signed up my husband and my little cousin, and I was an Emerald coach. Like, that's all it was. My husband, because he did want to start drinking Shakeology. So why would I order another order under myself? I just made him a coach, so he was getting a discount. So he was the first one. And then Chelsea, who is back with us again, she was my first coach, and then she decided it wasn't for her, and she's back. So people come back to us.
Wasn't the right time.
It wasn't the right time. Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't the right time. She missed me. She came back. Anyway, so, like, cousin, husband, Emerald. Like, it happened quickly. Some people it takes longer. There's no time limit. There's no pressure, but it can happen really, really quickly. People that want the discount. So as a coach, as you all know, you get 25% off anything that you purchase through Beachbody. So personally, if I have someone that's really committed to Shakeology, I do offer them that. I do say, because it's expensive. We all know it's expensive, but we also know how important it is. So I offer people, I just tell them about it. I say, you can actually sign up as a coach. It doesn't mean you have to coach, like you don't have to do anything, but you will then have the discount on the product. So that's a way to get yourself to Emerald as well.
Yeah. And Emerald might seem like it's like kind of scary, because when we talk about, your first rank advancement, that's like, whoa, this is a big deal. Like, we're in the big leagues now, but it's not. It's very simple to get to. And if you are at all in this business to make it a business, getting to Emerald quickly is a really good idea, because like Michelle said, but even to keep it even simpler, you're just going to start to benefit from the success of the entire team. So not just from you. When you're a new coach and until you're Emerald, you're just benefiting from what you yourself do. But when you get to Emerald, all of a sudden you benefit from everybody on the team. And that equals dollars at the end of the day, at the end of the week, really. So it is beneficial from a financial point, but also just you're kind of signifying that you are doing this. Like, you're not just a coach anymore. Now you're an Emerald coach, and Beachbody also rewards you for that in different ways as well. So it's very simple to get to. Like Michelle said, you just, like, I signed up my sister-in-law and my husband, and boom, I was Emerald. So I saw the value of it. And if you guys want more details on that, then, you know, you can talk to your coach or Michelle or I, and we can sort of give more detailed information on why you want to get there and how you can get there quickly.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you're on this call, we're just assuming you want to build a business, right? Like, let's be real. I mean, it's all fine and dandy to want to help people. And yeah, I do. That's why I wake up every day, but it's also a business. So I'm assuming that, like, some days you have to put your CEO hat on and you have to say, okay, what are the things I have to do to keep myself going forward? And, you know, one of those things is to have courage and to get past your fears and do it. And some days that's my driving factor. You know what? This is my livelihood. This is my business, and this is what we do. But, you know, and getting to the next rank and always producing and always moving forward is what you do in a successful business. So knowing what you have to do to go to the next step is important, for sure. So we will continue, like, in calls in the future, we'll talk about the rank advancements and why they're important. And, you know, you don't get to Emerald and stop. You keep moving ahead. Every single day you move ahead. You always want to move your business ahead. If Nike didn't keep moving ahead, we wouldn't even know who Nike was, right? Like, you gotta, McDonald's, like, every successful business has to keep doing the things to keep them moving in the right direction. I have spent a lot of time making Team Fitneek or Fitneek Nation, whatever we're called now, a united force. And I am so proud of this team because we do things together and we help each other every single day. And I know not all teams are like this. I talk to a lot of different leaders and it's not always like this. And we do that so everyone that's got skin in the game, everyone that's building a business is going to benefit. And I've spent a whole lot of my time and energy making sure that that's what Team Fitneek is. So if you're in it, we are here to support you 1,100%. We will make sure that you're successful as long as you're reciprocating. You know, it's a team effort. You know, there's no I in team, right? We do it as a team. Anyways, we are getting way off track. Now we've really overwhelmed you. Just if there's not any other questions, we'll kind of sign off for the night. But know that Megan and I both are always here to answer your questions. Don't ever feel, I always get these messages, sorry to bug you. Like, this is my job, guys. This is what I do. I'm here to help you. That's what I want to do. So you can message us anytime. All right. Good night. Thanks so much for taking your hour to be with us. Good night, guys.